welcome back to my channel. So today I did a really fun showmanship look using, I think I used all drugstore. All but my nose contour. I used drugstore products, or all affordable products. I'm actually doing this video in collaboration with Equestrian Bliss on Instagram, and she's also on YouTube. I will link her down below so you guys can check her out. She's gonna do the showmanship outfit part of it and all that good stuff. I will definitely link that off so you can check that out as well. And as for the makeup, I kept it pretty simple. I think I say that in every video, but I just did a nude lip with a brown smoky eye, mostly because in my last showmanship look I went all out. I did the red lips, I did fake lashes, all the good stuff. So I'll also link that off so you can see if that's more what you're looking for. But I figured I haven't done a drugstore tutorial in a while, and then I wanted to do something different than my last showmanship tutorial. So this is what I came up with. Don't mind my hair because I didn't really do my show hair for this. It's driving me nuts. So anyways, stay tuned if you want to see how I got this look. Definitely check out Equestrian Bliss. I, again, will link her off, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah! The awkward moment when your black hat blends in with your black background. Didn't think about that.
So to start off, I'm taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer just as a little bit of a base and blending it out with the Morphe E45, and then setting it with the Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow in the same brush. This is just a really nice base to make all of our shadows stay longer throughout the day and just blend a lot more easily, really. And then I'm taking the Sephora Collection Malted Milkshake eyeshadow on the Morphe M504 as a transition shade. I'm just putting this in the crease from inner to outer corner and blending it out so it's super seamless and like transitionable. Is that a word? Because I just made it one. Now I'm taking the Maybelline Color Tattoo in the color Bad to the Bronze. This is going to be another base for the the next shade we put on top, which is another bronze shade. I'm keeping it very bronzy, as you can probably tell already. Now I'm going in with the CoverGirl True Naked Nudes palette, which is a dupe for the Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. And I'm taking the MSQ Precise Shader Brush on the shimmery bronze shade. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And just packing that on top of the color tattoo. Not positive on the name of this brush because it came on a set on Amazon that doesn't list the names and it's not on the brush. So I'll link the set down below. And then I'm going in with the MAC 217 and the first transition shade we used and just deepening the crease and then blending it out with a 504 from Morphe. Blah. Now I'm taking the darker shade on a Morphe M506, which is a little tiny blending brush. This step honestly didn't do much for this eye look, so you could totally skip it, but I did it and showed you it. And then going back and blending it out with the other two brushes. I always use my brushes in reverse just to help blend everything out. Now I'm taking the second to darkest shade and the MAC 217, putting on the outer third-ish or outer corner of my eye and then into the crease, and then blending it out and going back and forth between the M504 and the MAC 217. So I just sped it up because there was a lot of blending. Now I'm taking the lightest shimmery shade in the palette. It just has a sheen to it. It's super nice. And the MSQ E35, I think it's called, just on my brow bone. And then for the face, I'm using the Flower Beauty Perfecting Primer, all-time favorite drugstore primer ever. It is so good. It helps your makeup last so much longer, more like opaque as well, and it's very hydrating. And then I'm going through with the Magic Lumi Primer from L'Oreal to give me a little bit of luminosity since I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And with this, I like to work in sections and use a sponge. I'm using the Ulta Beauty sponge. It comes in like a 2-pack. Love these things, but one, they get dirty, and two, they've started to tear when I wash them. And I don't know if it's because I have talons or what, but not cool. Not cool. Also, for showmanship or really any show class, if you're wearing a hat, I really like to use as minimal product as possible on my forehead. And since I'm not going to show, I just put it on my forehead, but that's a nice little tip. And then for concealer, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me and the Maybelline Better Skin. I first go in with the Fit Me and then I take the Better Skin because it's a little bit lighter and do more of the highlighting around my face. And blend it out with the Morphe E8 brush, which is so perfect for concealer. It is so soft and it makes it super, super like airbrushed. I know everybody loves that word. And it does not leave any streaks, but it gives you full coverage still with your concealer. Now I'm taking the Sonia Kashuk Brightening Powder and wow, I put primer on there. I'm going to change that. Anyways, and the Luxie 522 tapered brush and just setting my under eyes and sweeping it in little areas. I didn't actually set my face today. And I'm taking the Ulta Contour Kit. For my contour with Showmanship, I like to keep it more natural, so I try to use shades that look natural. And this combo didn't work super well for me. It looks fine, but ideally I love the MAC Powder and Sculpt. It is perfect, but it's definitely not drugstore. So I just followed through with the NYX Blush in Taupe, which gave me a fairly natural looking contour. And I'm using the Morphe M. I believe it's a 502. I'll have to double check, but it's going to be on the screen for you guys. And then I'm taking the Physicians Formula Tan Bronzer. I can never get the name of this right, but whatever. And the Morphe M522. And going around the outer parts of my face to make me bronzy and glowy and a bronze goddess like J-Lo. Now I'm taking the MAC Sculpt powder. It's the only thing that works for my nose. I know it's not drugstore, but this is what I was talking about a second ago. And I'm contouring my nose with the E21 brush. Again, another perfect brush. I'm so obsessed with these. So glad I found these, especially this one for my nose. And the powder. The powder is amazing. Now I'm taking the Hard Candy 3 Times the Lady as my highlight and a brush I found at Michael's, like the art store. No idea what it's called, but this is what I use sometimes. Now I'm going back to my eyes using the Sephora Collection Malted Milkshake on an E18 brush from Morphe and making my lower lash line super smoky. I've been loving smoky eyes, and honestly for Showmanship, I think it's perfect to have a bronze smoky eye because it's more natural than doing like pink or whatever it may be, and it's still very polished. So now I'm taking this darker shade right here and the Morphe M506 to make it a little bit more defined and dark on the lower lash line. Then I'm taking this bright shade right here, which ended up being a lot brighter than I thought. So I went over it with the bronzy shimmery shade on just this no-name brush that I got from Groupon, actually in a little kit. It was like my first brush kit ever. Really old brush, but amazing. Now I'm taking the darkest shade on a little tiny angled brush. This is a great trick if you're not comfortable using eyeliner or don't want to. Take a really dark eyeshadow and just push it into the lash band, and it makes it look like you're wearing mascara. Not mascara. Well, I guess kind of. Eyeliner. Now I'm taking the Skin Cosmetics Bright Eyes eyeliner and putting this on the inner rim of my lower lash line just to help my eyes look a little bit more awake and big and bright, which we all need for Showmanship since it's usually the first class and we're all half asleep. And now I'm going in with mascara. First I take the CoverGirl Supersizer, which was drying out, so I did the Maybelline Spider Effect, and then I go back in with the Supersizer for my lower lash lines. I know, I was struggling with my mascara choice that day. Now taking the NYX Lip Liner in Nude Suede Shoes. This is an amazing lip liner. I love their lip liners over MAC and everything. These are my favorite. Just lining my lips, and then I go in with some concealer and just carve them out so they're a little bit more crisp, if you will. Next, I am taking the Revlon liquid lipstick in the color Flirtation. These I love because they're comfortable. However, they do not dry down like a normal liquid lipstick would. It is very creamy, which feels great, but they definitely transfer. So be aware of that. They do last a pretty long time. Actually, they dry down after like a couple hours and leave more of a stain. So then for blush, I'm taking the Milani Luminoso blush on the Icing Double-Ended brush and doing that. And then setting it all with the H2O Plus Face Oasis Mist, which I got for $9 at Kohl's. Actually, it was on sale, and that finishes the look. So I hope you guys loved it, and check out Equestrian Bliss, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.